Well, that was rough. What an awful game from my boys. What a terrible, terrible game. Going into this game, all the talk was, oh, none of these players have experience. Rightly so, too. We only had one player in the starting lineup who's been in this stage of the Champions League in his entire career, and that was Havertz. But I was like, oh, is it not just the same football? Is it not just the same turf? Is it not grass? Is it not a football? But oh my God, did he show today? The inexperience of the boys showed. And Porto, all credit to them, honestly. They did their homework. We had 0 shots on target in this game. None coming from scoring 11 goals in 2 games. That is wild to me. And just at the death, they steal it. I was praying for a miracle. Let Arsenal just steal it. We had the loads of set pieces and corner kicks. But for Martinelli to make the mistake, and then this guy is scoring an incredible goal. I don't even know if it's an incredible goal or is Raya just too short. Honestly, he's my height. He's 6 feet. And I look at that and I'm like, if he was a little taller, Ramsdale is taller, he would have gotten his fingertips to that ball and pushed it wide. This game was insane. It was awful. I can't even watch this if I was a neutral. Must have been a terrible game unless you're an Arsenal hater and then the last minute loss to us will probably make you super happy. But wow, that was awful. That was awful from top to bottom. Yikes. The same team that started against our last game in the Premier League against Burnley, the same exact team came out. And it just looked like we didn't have any bite. We started the game well. We took control of possession, and obviously it looked like these people were just coming to press and stop us from going forward, break up Arsenal's rhythm, and they did successfully. Throughout the entire game, there was no cohesion. Everybody just seemed a little lost. Martinelli couldn't find his feet. Saka as well. Odegaard as well. Trossard was almost non-existent in this entire game. I don't even know. Saliba, who's had a shaky game for the last 3 or 2 games, and he was a little shaky today again. Thankfully, it didn't cost us. But my goodness, what an awful game. We just couldn't find a way through. Rice got an early yellow card, and I was just praying the entire game that he keeps his head, and he did. What a sensible player that kid is. But honestly, big up to Porto. Everything they planned to do worked. I'm looking at the 40-year-old defender, Pepe, the legend of the game. It seems like he hasn't aged a bit. He was on job, very focused. Very, very focused the entire 90. And then very early, Porto had a chance where I think it's the same player who scored the winning goal, hit the post because Saliba slept off. He just was ball watching. And right in front of him, the guy hit the shot. He hit the post, rebounded off, came to the player, and he hit it just wide. I was like, thank you, Jesus. Because there's no reason why we shouldn't be a goal down at this moment. But we came. We had a few corner kicks here. Havertz got his head to one. Saliba got his head to one, but they couldn't get the purchase on because it just seemed like the players were so tight on our players that they did enough to stop us getting a better contact on the ball, our players. Oh my goodness, what a poor game today. Jeez. There was no highlight of the game. None. We had 0 shot. I don't even remember the last time this ever happened. I got to go check Opta Facts and see what they say. We have not been this poor ever. And cue the trolling. I see the Manchester United fans, the Tottenham fans on Twitter are going absolutely nuts, laughing at us. It's laughable too. It was a laughable performance. I don't even know. Arteta bringing on Jorginho. Jorginho, your role was not to give the ball away, get some control. My man comes on, gives the ball away 3 times in a row. I'm like, what was that? The one thing you were brought on to avoid, you came and you did it 3 times. Goodness, there's nothing to talk about. There's nothing positive to share with you guys. It was really poor today. Really, really poor. Maybe you would say that we also stopped them from having chances because honestly, they had only 1 shot on target before the goal. So they had 2 the entire game. And it's just what it was. We did well to, contain the crowd. The crowd obviously against us, supporting their team, pushing. The referee, I thought, was incredibly bad today. Seemed like he was just listening to the crowd. Anything when they jeer, he would call a foul. The game couldn't flow at all. Start, stop. Even the commentator was talking about it. It's been 7 years since we had been here as a club. Obviously, none of these players, I think probably El Neni was in that team that is still here right now. But obviously, he was on the bench. 7 years since we got into this competition. None of these players have been here before. And it just seemed like they didn't know this. The stage was bigger than them. I might also be overthinking this. I really might. Because I think that when we go to the Emirates, second leg, I think in a couple of weeks, we should be able to do the business. We will create more chances. Hopefully Jesus is back, because I don't like what I saw today from Trossard. He was not there at all. Non-existent. It was poor today. We need him back at number 9. And hopefully Partey is back too. We saw him training. We saw him warming up. This was bad because we have Newcastle coming up in the weekend at the Emirates. It's not going to be an easy game. You know, it seems like what players have to do is just man-mark us as tight as you can and as aggressively as you can, which was what Porto did today, and they nullified us. There wasn't even a moment where I could point to and be like, okay, if we, obviously, there's always going to be points where you can point to and be like, if we did certain things better, obviously. But there was no clear-cut moment. None of it was like a clear thing. Maybe a thing where if you passed the ball, we would have had a better opportunity. But nothing like if we passed the ball, we would have been through on goal. Nothing. The second leg is going to be tough. I'm telling you, I can't even put my money where my mouth is on this one because Porto seem to know what they're doing. But hopefully in London, with our fans backing up, with our 12th man at the Emirates, we'll be able to do the business because this is an awful result and we don't want to go out at the round of 16. We don't want that. A lot of people were like, oh, if we go out in the round of 16, this happened last season in the Europa League. In Portugal as well, when Sporting Lisbon knocked us out. They were like, okay, we'll go and we'll drive forward and win the league because we have only the league to focus on. It's not it. You need all these competitions to keep your players in and for them to build their confidence from. But not today. This was a downer. It really was. And I hope Mikel Arteta and the boys just forget this. Brush it off of your brains. Take it out of your system completely. And then go against Newcastle. Because we still have a Premier League to chase. We have a title to chase. Premier League. Speaking of Premier League, Liverpool won today. 4-1 emphatically against Luton. Luton actually took the lead. So it was from behind. They are pushing. They are not stopping. With the host of injuries that they have. It's not enough to stop this Liverpool force. It's not. So we can't let anything distract us. We got to keep going. We got to remember how we play. I hate this because this will be any team we play against. They can use this game, use this Porto team, use the manager's tactics and try to emulate it to try to stop us. Hopefully the boys play better next time. Hopefully Jesus is back. I don't even know when that one is coming back. Every time injury. We need everybody back, man. And we need some sort of a different way of moving forward. The corner kicks, the commentator was saying, we played the same style of corner kicks every time. I think we had like 10 corner kicks and they all went the same way. Nothing different. Yes, he worked for us against Liverpool. Yes, he worked against West Ham. But people watch these clips. They've seen it. They know to mark Ben White, mark anybody who's trying to block the goalkeeper. They know that. They've seen it. That's why it didn't work. They did the same thing. You have to try different things, have different options to throw in on the fly as well. Bruh, what a absolutely incredible. I don't think this game could have gone any worse. Play horribly, create no chances, and then to lose it right at the death. Painful. Painful. Big up to Porto. I'll take my L with grace and pray that my boys can bounce back in the second leg. I wish I had some more positive to share with you guys, but that's it. If you watch the game, leave a comment. Let me know what you thought about the game. Let me know what you think about the tournament. Let me know what you think about Arsenal chances moving forward. Take care, guys. Peace.